The Galactic Council prided itself on maintaining order, though its methods were often harsh and indifferent to the weaker species under its control. Humanity, a relatively new addition to this sprawling interstellar coalition, had long walked a tightrope between proving its worth and enduring the condescension of more advanced species. Earth's representatives, weary of conflicts, sought compromise at every turn, striving to coexist peacefully despite the clear imbalance of power. That fragile peace shattered on a quiet day during a diplomatic mission to an alien world. Among the human delegation was a child, bright-eyed, curious, and symbolic of humanity's hopeful future. The child had accompanied their parent, a senior diplomat, as part of an initiative to showcase humanity's commitment to fostering goodwill. They had quickly become a beacon of hope, bridging cultural gaps with a simple, disarming smile. It was during an interspecies cultural exchange, a moment of shared unity, that tragedy struck. Without warning, a detonation ripped through the gathering. The child, standing among alien delegates, was caught in the blast. Galactic Council security forces moved in swiftly, but not to rescue. The attack had been sanctioned by an extremist faction within the Council itself. They called it a necessary act to preserve galactic order, branding humanity's growing influence a threat. The child's lifeless body, cradled by their grieving parent, was broadcast across the stars, a haunting image that burned into the hearts of billions. On Earth, grief turned swiftly to outrage. The child had been more than a diplomat's offspring. They had come to represent humanity's future, a symbol of innocence snuffed out by cruelty. Across the planet, people mourned, but their sorrow quickly hardened into resolve. Appeals for justice were met with dismissive shrugs from the Council. Collateral damage, they said, their voices laced with indifference. Earth's leaders, usually measured and diplomatic, responded with uncharacteristic coldness. "You have crossed a line," their statement declared. "You believe we are powerless. You are mistaken." No further explanations followed, only the chilling final words, "Prepare yourselves." The Council dismissed these warnings, confident in their collective superiority. For all humanity's ingenuity, they believed Earth lacked the means to challenge a coalition of hundreds of advanced species. Mockery echoed through alien broadcasts, painting humans as overambitious children, too emotional to understand the realities of galactic politics. But beneath Earth's surface, ancient systems whirred to life. Signals, dormant for centuries, were transmitted to hidden installations scattered across the solar system. Machines buried beneath the lunar crust began to hum, awakening from a slumber so long that even humanity had nearly forgotten their existence. From Mars to the asteroid belt, forgotten bunkers opened, revealing silent titans waiting patiently for the moment they were needed. The galaxy, so used to underestimating humanity, had made a fatal mistake. Earth was not bluffing. A reckoning was coming, one born not from a thirst for revenge, but from a primal instinct that humanity had never shed, to protect its own, no matter the cost. In the silence of deep space, ancient systems began to stir. Humanity had always carried a spark of paranoia, born from millennia of surviving extinction-level events. Centuries ago, before Earth had even dreamed of joining the Galactic Council, it had faced crises that forced it to innovate beyond its years. It was during those times that the Guardian Fleet had been created, an armada of ships designed to safeguard humanity in the event of annihilation. When peace prevailed, these vessels were deemed too dangerous to remain active. They were hidden, buried in the solar system, their existence fading into legend. Now humanity had called them back to life. Beneath the moon's surface, seismic vibrations signaled the awakening of immense machines. Doors that had remained sealed for generations slid open, releasing the first of the Guardian Fleet. These ships, colossal and menacing, rose from their concealed docks, shedding layers of dust as they moved with an eerie grace. Mars, long assumed to be a barren colony, became another locus of activity as hidden bunkers disgorged ships that dwarfed even the largest of the Galactic Council's vessels. Each craft was unique, a testament to humanity's creativity and ability to adapt. The design of these ships was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. The Council's fleets were uniform, efficient, but predictable. Humanity's Guardian fleet, however, had been constructed with the mindset of a cornered animal, cunning, aggressive, and unrelenting. Each vessel housed experimental technology that had been deemed too dangerous or volatile to use in peacetime. Energy weapons that manipulated gravitational fields, shields capable of absorbing and redirecting attacks, and cloaking systems that bent light and radar alike. Every feature was a tool of survival, honed to perfection by the existential threats of Earth's past. As the ships synchronized, their systems began to communicate in a way that suggested more than simple programming. The artificial intelligence within them, dormant for so long, reawakened with purpose. These were not mere machines. They were guardians in the truest sense, built to defend humanity at any cost. Their collective consciousness analyzed the situation and began to prepare for war, adapting strategies that no Council fleet could predict. Galactic observers watched in disbelief as the full scope of Earth's hidden arsenal became clear. The Guardian fleet moved in perfect coordination, their engines warping space-time as they mobilized. Alien sensors, designed to detect known technologies, struggled to understand the fleet's methods. Probes sent to gather intelligence were annihilated before they could relay anything back. It was as if humanity had become an unknowable force, operating on principles the rest of the galaxy could not comprehend. In a broadcast that echoed through the stars, humanity's message was clear. For centuries, we hoped for peace. You have answered our hope with blood. Now, the Guardians will show you the strength we reserved for our greatest enemies. This is not vengeance. This is justice. The galaxy began to tremble, not just from the power humanity had unveiled, but from the realization of what it truly meant to provoke them. The Guardian fleet moved with the precision of a predator stalking its prey. Each vessel, driven by advanced AI, coordinated flawlessly with the others, forming a battle formation unlike anything the galaxy had ever witnessed. The fleet's first target was clear: the homeworld of the extremist faction responsible for the attack. Humanity had no intention of waging indiscriminate war. Their justice would be sharp, focused, and devastating. When the fleet arrived in orbit, the response from the alien world's defenses was swift but futile. Planetary shields, thought to be impenetrable, crumbled under the relentless assault of Earth's weaponry. Beams of energy so precise they seemed surgical sliced through defensive installations, silencing them before they could fully engage. Ground-based anti-aircraft systems fired desperately into the sky, their shots disappearing into the void as if absorbed by the fleet's advanced shielding. Within minutes, the planet's defenses were nothing more than smoldering ruins. The Guardian fleet's weapons were not just powerful, but terrifyingly adaptive. One ship launched a series of projectiles that fragmented into hundreds of smaller units, each targeting and dismantling key infrastructure with pinpoint accuracy. Another released pulses of energy that disrupted enemy communications, plunging the defenders into chaos. These were not the blunt instruments of brute force the galaxy was accustomed to. They were tools of a calculated and deliberate justice. On the ground, the effects were catastrophic. Military installations vaporized in bursts of light, while civilian areas were left untouched. The fleet's AI had been programmed with strict parameters to avoid unnecessary casualties, a stark contrast to the brutality the Galactic Council had displayed. The message was clear: humanity would punish the guilty, not the innocent. The Galactic Council scrambled to respond. Fleets from nearby systems converged on the scene, hoping to overpower the Guardian fleet with sheer numbers. But as they engaged, it became apparent how outmatched they were. Council ships relied on predictable tactics and standardized designs, none of which could counter the Guardian fleet's unpredictability. Earth's vessels adapted to every maneuver, outflanking and outgunning their opponents with chilling efficiency. A single human broadcast interrupted the chaos, transmitted across the Council's communication networks. The voice was calm, resolute, and unyielding. You believed yourselves untouchable, that humanity could be silenced with a single act of cruelty. Now you see the truth. This is the strength we kept hidden. You took a child from us, a symbol of peace. In return, we will take the instruments of your tyranny. The Council forces began to falter, their commanders issuing retreat orders as the scale of their losses became undeniable. Some species, horrified by the display, chose to break their alliances with the Council altogether, unwilling to risk further wrath from Earth. For the first time in its history, the Galactic Council, a symbol of dominance and control, was on its knees. As the battle reached its conclusion, the extremist leaders responsible for the attack were captured, their stronghold obliterated. Humanity had made its point with devastating clarity. It would not be provoked without consequence. The galaxy, once so certain of humanity's insignificance, now understood the full weight of what it had unleashed. The Galactic Council's defeat was absolute. The extremist leaders who had orchestrated the attack were handed over to Earth without hesitation, their desperate pleas for mercy drowned out by the demands of their own allies, now eager to distance themselves from the catastrophe. The Council, fractured and humiliated, issued a formal apology to humanity, though the words rang hollow. For the first time in its history, the once mighty coalition seemed fragile, its power reduced to ashes by a single act of hubris. Humanity, however, did not press its advantage further. The Guardian fleet, having achieved its purpose, received a command to stand down. One by one, the ships ceased their operations, their intimidating presence fading as they began their return to the solar system. They left behind a galaxy that now viewed Earth with a mixture of fear and respect, their retreat as deliberate as their attack had been. It was a calculated move, a demonstration of strength without the stain of conquest. The extremist leaders were brought to Earth to face judgment, not in vengeance, but in adherence to the principles humanity had always championed. They were tried in a tribunal that broadcast their crimes to every corner of the galaxy. The evidence was undeniable, the verdict swift. Their punishment, however, was not death, but exile, a stark reminder of humanity's capacity for mercy even in the face of unforgivable acts. This act of restraint left a lasting impression on those who had doubted Earth's moral resolve. Amid the fallout, Earth's leaders turned their attention to rebuilding alliances. Messages were sent to the many species that had suffered under the Council's corruption, offering aid and protection. Resources, technology, and expertise were shared freely, creating bonds that went beyond politics. Humanity did not seek dominance. It sought to create a galaxy where no one else would endure what they had suffered. This shift in power dynamics left many questioning whether Earth's rise would herald a new era of fairness or merely replace one hegemony with another. But for now, the galaxy had no reason to doubt humanity's intentions. Back on Earth, the child who had been the catalyst for it all was not forgotten. A monument was erected in their honor, a simple but profound tribute standing tall in the heart of the United Nations. The inscription read, "To those who dared to dream of peace, and the cost of waking a sleeping giant." Replicas of the monument were sent to allied planets, becoming a universal symbol of resilience and the dangers of provocation. The Guardian fleet returned to dormancy, hidden once more in the depths of the solar system. Humanity understood that their actions had reshaped the galaxy, but they did not seek to wield that power carelessly. The fleet would remain a silent sentinel, a reminder that Earth's strength was not a threat, but a promise, to protect those who could not protect themselves. In the end, the galaxy learned an enduring truth about humanity. It was not their technology, ingenuity, or even their capacity for war that defined them. It was their unyielding resolve to protect what they loved, their willingness to rise when pushed too far, and their ability to temper wrath with mercy. Humanity had proven that while they could unleash destruction with unmatched precision, they preferred to build, to heal, and to hope, and in that, they found their true strength.